Giannas at the time didn't have enough 1-stars to do it.
Was
And
it
now
also was it
they
also
do.
because that you wanted to do it and then you got distracted and then you had you made a baby? That's right.
While we were doing the podcast.
Yeah. You wanted to do it. You wanted to record about Gianna a long time ago, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for this to have more 1-star reviews, and in the meantime, I'm gonna make a baby.
I mean, we were working on that for a minute though. So
Make
Hell
a
yeah.
baby.
Congrats on having sex, man.
yeah, man. Oh man.
You figured it out. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, who knew that it would take so many times to like have sex in the butt before she would finally get pregnant, right?
I know. How's your butt feel?
My butt, I mean, it's sore from all the sex.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Speaking of sore, so before we begin recording,
Thank you.
we already recorded.
Thank you for no.
Nope.
Don't include that.
I'm leaving it in. I'm gonna,
Edit it out.
Nope.
You've proven you can.
Nope. See, like I said, this is like the reality zone. I make reality when I want. Anyway, before we begin,
What movie is that from?
Spider-Man, home slice. Anyway,
Spider-Man No Way to Home Base.
today's episode is brought to you by Coca-Cola Starlight.
Is it actually?
Isn't.
Are we
There's
being
no
paid by
way.
Coke?
No.
If you're getting paid by Coca-Cola,
No,
Then
we are
you
definitely not getting paid by
You
Coke.
should definitely
I'm
be
fucking
paying us.
leaving,
You
John.
should definitely be paying us.
But
if
we are going to do a live tasting of Starlight Coke because the advertisement says it's like Coke from space. And we have the creator and
so it's
content producer
mildly
of
radioactive.
one Space Desk in the room, Larry Simonson.
Bro, I haven't posted that.
Also,
in ages.
oh shit, you're the Space Desk guy?
yeah, no,
Dude,
Space
that's
Desk-
like the most famous Facebook page in all the
the
land.
most famous.
Dude, Elon Musk was tweeting about Space Desk.
no shit.
Yeah, he said that's the only
This,
reason he went to space.
And that's as we welcome back in Caleb from his hiatus of over a year.
Hey,
He
I
was
was in
in-
jail.
He was in social media jail, right?
So what do you think? You gonna leave a 1-star review for the Greenville jail now that you've been there for?
We've
what,
done
a
it before.
year?
Cheese sandwich.
All right.
B minus.
Well, here's to Coke, Space Coke. Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Space Coke.
Fun times, boys. Let's do it.
I'm
And
not gonna lie, it smells like vanilla Coke.
It tastes like vanilla Coke.
Oh, it tastes like vanilla Coke that Skittles have been like hanging out
ooh,
in.
yeah.
Oh God.
It's like an after.
Like it's got like a Skittles aftertaste.
I'm a bad taste tester because like I dip.
Yeah.
I don't really have
This is
any
like
taste
this
buds.
is like Barstool, Dave Portnoy. Like, all right, everyone knows the rules. One sip. I'm gonna give it a 7.2, I guess.
Yeah, it really tastes like somebody took candy and let it soak in Coke, and then shook it up a little bit and was like, "All right, here you go. Here's my Skittles Coke."
How many grams of sugar are in that?
Oh, I should. Ooh, 65.
Oh my God.
We're
For
splitting-
real?
Good thing-
65
good thing-
grams.
good
Split
thing
it
we're
3
soon-
ways. 65 grams of Coke in one
Dude,
bottle.
wait, I don't think it.
What, is that a serving? The whole bottle?
129% of your daily sugar intake in this one drink.
Serving size is one bottle.
Yeah.
60 grams. of sugar.
129%. My God.
Yeah. But we split it 3 ways. So we're all getting, what is that, 43%?
It's not bad. I kind of like it. I feel like if I had a second or a third one, like I feel like this little cup
You know
Yeah.
what's
is perfect. If I had that whole thing, I think at the end it'd just taste like syrup.
you know what else is really funny about this is that it's 65 grams of sugar, but guess how many total carbs it has? 65 grams because it's all of the sugar. It's all of the sugar.
All right. Well, now you guys are going to stay up really late and mess with your wives.
I mean, I had a
Honestly-
20-ounce sugar-free Red Bull walking
honestly-
in the door.
Honestly, this with like mixed with Andrew's leftover Batman popcorn right now is pretty freaking good.
Right?
Yeah.
It's hitting the spot after you had pasta belly.
It feels like I just came from the movie theaters without a movie.
All right. Well, speaking of pasta belly, we're gonna do today's episode. If you haven't been able to tell by the title, Gianna. Gianna's right across the street from Falls Park in Greenville, South Carolina. Is on the second floor of the, I guess where you have like the Duke's Mayonnaise headquarters and some other things like Lululemon and
Lemon.
Parsley and Mint. Next to the former Poor Tap Room that closed down.
There's a
Sadly
private.
enough.
There's a private pool on the top
Yes,
floor.
high spirits hospitality pool. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. There's all kinds of things in there, and occasionally there's actually people walking around in the 5th floor apartment, and they have a cat
Oh,
because it hangs out, and I can see it through the balcony.
that's
it's really
cute.
funny. Yeah.
I love a cat that hangs out in a window.
High
I don't like
society
any cats.
cat.
You don't like any cats?
That's not true. Your cat's pretty cool. I'm fine on cats. I'm just allergic. So I go around my whole life telling people I hate cats, but really it's just I hate not breathing.
You mean it's your body?
Cats themselves are fine.
It's because you're weak.
I don't really want one as a pet just because I want a pet that is undyingly loyal and dumb. I don't
Yeah,
want one with.
that's not a cat.
Right. Cats have free will. I don't care if my pet has free will.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe that makes me a bad person.
You have free will though at Gianna when you order certain dishes. So this is 1-star reviews.
Only certain dishes. Yeah.
We read the bad reviews of good businesses, and legitimately, before we begin, I like Gianna. We went there, I think, 2 years ago for one of our anniversaries, and we got that balcony seat that's at the corner of Main. And you can see into the park.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
like
hide money.
the primo
Good balcony seat.
primo seat. Yeah. But the trick is, you just gotta get there early. That's
Right.
all.
Or have a reservation.
We got there early. We don't do reservations.
Lauren and I almost exclusively ever do reservations at this place, partly because just to avoid that situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look who's a
I hate
college
waiting.
boy over here.
I hate waiting.
Wow. I do hate waiting too in Greenville. I think it's like my thing is we have so many restaurants on Main Street. Like, why would I wait? I could just go to the next one down.
Right.
So
Right. I could go to like Subway. I could go to that other sub place. I could go to
not Groucho's. You just said you didn't. How much you didn't like Groucho's?
I like Groucho's just fine.
It just smells inside.
It's just not Jewish enough.
It's just not a Jewish deli.
right. It's not
a
Jewish enough.
regular deli.
The first name's kind of Jewish, but
Groucho's.
yeah. All right.
Groucho's. You know who knows?
All right. I got a good one. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hang
do
on.
it.
Here we go.
I reserved a table for 8 people, and I know that this place is more smaller, so I double asked. And the women said 8 was okay, and when I got there, they said the reservation was made for 5, and a blue-eyed blonde with a nose-piercing host was absolutely awful. She was rude and so unwelcoming. Honestly, I've seen her before. She does not know how to communicate with people. She literally glared, rolled her eyes, and made a sound when I was concerned that they got my reservation wrong. I would have put them more stars because the food is actually really good, but I was never in a restaurant with worst customer service.
Okay.
So I think this guy just called and definitely reserved his table for 5.
Yeah, 100%.
I double asked. Oh, you double asked? Okay.
Oh no. Hey, so it's only 3 extra people. Is that okay?
Is that fine?
No, not really.
I also love the food was really good part in the review.
Yeah, why not? Okay, food was 5 stars. Service was 1.
So if you're
Break even somewhere.
and if you're reading that review, you're like, but I'm capable of making a reservation for exactly the number of people I need. So everything here is irrelevant. Except for the part about the food.
All right. Let's see.
I have coronavirus.
Don't go here. Paid $39 for a small salad, spaghetti, way too dry, not enough sauce,
Was that supposed to be way too dry? Nice.
a few meatballs, and no bread. You have to walk up 20 steep steps to get your to-go order.
Oh my god.
No curbside pickup! 4 exclamation points. New to this area, but will remember not to come back here. Don't waste your time and especially your money. Kenny, would you like to read the response?
Oh yeah, sure. I am sorry about your experience, but we always offer curbside pickup. Our spaghetti is traditional, hence the TBG next to the item. Just white wine, butter, and of course the tomatoes, basil, and garlic, which is what TBG stands for. If it was dry, I can only say that I am sorry because our fresh pasta made in-house daily and doesn't always hold well for to go if our guests are behind in picking up the order. I recommend dining with us inside the restaurant before writing a review about the food. As far as bread, our guests know that they can always order an order of our grilled ciabatta with spiced olive oil. We do not offer bread service like other chain or classic Italian restaurants. Our restaurant is modern Italian. Hopefully, you will give us another chance. As you can see from many of our reviews, that we are a casual fine dining restaurant in the city. Best, Andrea Ciaverdini? Ciaverdini, general manager.
Modern Italian.
I love the dig. It's like, hey man, maybe review the food when you eat here.
Hey, fat fuck. Not everybody gives you free bread. Maybe just order food and don't expect a bunch of shit
So
for free.
I've definitely been there, and we usually will get an appetizer that has bread in it, and occasionally I've been like, oh man, I really want more of this bread to sop up. Like there's just not enough bread. And I'll be like, hey, can I get some more of that bread we got earlier? And they're like, yeah, no problem. We got you, fam.
$10.
Like, no problem. No, they never charge me for it.
Oh.
I
that's
was
what
dying to
what-
dash
Ask
anyways.
politely.
So that's what white privilege is.
Yeah, that is. That is.
Yeah,
what white
that's.
privilege is.
I definitely flex my white privilege for
Right.
free bread.
It's really Italian privilege. What you do is you just kind of go in and like ask for a loan, and then they know you're Italian, and then they give you everything for like half price.
You mean mob?
You just look at people and
Yeah,
go, prego,
It's all the same.
prego,
Yeah.
prego,
Yeah.
prego.
You pretend you speak Italian by just saying food.
And you do the hand motion.
Gabagool.
The hand
Hey,
motions.
my mama, she making a good manicure.
I have a review. I walked in. Gianna's first stop was the restroom. I was greeted by the owner. He said restrooms are full. I replied, "Oh, okay." He asked if I was having dinner. I replied, "Yes, why?" Then he told me I was able to go into the restroom. Food is awesome. Bartenders are great. The owner is horrible. 1 star.
Hold on. 1 star because he hassled you about the bathroom. Service good, food good. The two things anyone cares
Bartender's
about.
amazing.
Bartender's amazing.
Owner bad, 1 star.
Bathroom boo. Bathroom policy. Delete all stars.
Oh my god.
That's absurd.
That's a pretty ridiculous one.
And but the thing is, it's not that the guy didn't let him go to the bathroom. He did go
he
to
was
the
like,
bathroom.
"Hey, wait, are you eating here? Oh, okay, then yeah, go for it."
Right, because I'm sure people stop into nice Giannas
So
all the time.
So the bathroom in Gianna's is next to so there's like a back entrance that you could take through the elevator. Which, by the way, that person complaining about the steps, go up the elevator. There's an elevator.
I'm new to the area.
Oh my god, it's not hard to figure out,
I'm
numb nuts. Anyway, you take the elevator up and it's next to the bathroom. So
I'm new to elevators.
Oh my god.
How do you go up?
Oh my god, just hit the button already.
I did. I went down.
What number did you hit?
The down one. Let's see.
I'm gonna constrict my blood flow while we're doing this.
you're getting them biceps. Oh, whoa, this music.
Portions were very small. $30 for a plate of halibut with some peas and small tomatoes. Crying emoji face.
That sounds so good.
And no pasta?
What?
Tear face. It was sad, but overpriced. We had high hopes, but we were not impressed. The decor, there's nothing really special about Gianna's or fancy. It's overhyped. Sorry, not impressed. Tear face.
Oh my god, that music is very Interstellar.
Yes,
Hans
that's what I was
Zimmer
thinking. Yeah,
Interstellar.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you want to just kind of beat your chest and just go. Wrong movie, but same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good.
Here I have a bit of a longer one.
Okay, let me give you a good setup on.
Okay.
Here we go.
And
After yours, I've got your favorite review. So
Hell yeah.
okay.
$8.
Is
Here
it
we
an
go.
$8 one? Oh my god. This,
you better live up to the music, Larry.
Oh, here we go. First and last experience with this restaurant. If you have anything resembling hunger, please go elsewhere, as their portions are ridiculously small. We requested a slight alteration to their spaghetti dish, but wanted Alfredo sauce instead of marinara. That is not a slight alteration. The hostess suggested this option knowing what we wanted, but apparently good quality Alfredo is too far out of their wheelhouse. The dish ended up dry, and my wife ended up with an upset stomach from typical Italian restaurants. This is her favorite. My son got the standard spaghetti dish with meatballs and says he was happy with his dish. Lastly, I ordered the scallops, which were a huge disappointment. The scallops were nicely sized and texture was good, but no flavor. The sauce they were in did not complement the dish, in my opinion, and once the 4 scallops are gone, you better hope you are full, because there is essentially nothing left. There was only a small portion of cubed vegetables that were hopefully there for flavoring the sauce, as there weren't enough to count as a side of any sort. They also provided no bread of any sort to our order, which was for pickup. Not sure if that is the case if you were to eat inside. Not that I'd recommend finding out. If you have any upscale restaurant with prices to match, it should taste that way no matter where you eat the food or what changes you make that they say they are able to accommodate. 1 star.
This review brought to you by Michael Bay.
I'm vengeance.
Hold on. I do take issue with the it should taste good no matter where you eat it or what changes you make. Well, all right, if I said 400 times the amount of salt, please, then that wouldn't taste
Also,
good.
listen, changing from a red sauce to an Alfredo sauce is not a slight alteration. That kind of changes the
It's the entire dish.
That's the
It's
entire dish.
They call it chicken Alfredo. They don't tell you about the noodles.
Right. Oh my god, so stupid.
Oh my god,
Freaking
people are
review is so
nuts.
dumb.
No, this one, Vander, is all for you. This was my wife's favorite restaurant in Greenville. We have been here a dozen times.
Okay. Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we were here and our pasta dish was over-salted and not eatable. They remade it and it came with no seasoning at all. A few days ago, we went with another couple, also fans of Jiannas, and they mentioned that their main dish was over-salted. My wife said her pasta was also too salty. Our waitress said they cooked their noodles in salt water, which I thought you were supposed to do.
You are supposed to do that.
She said she would get the manager who never came. Very rude! It looks like we won't be coming back soon.
Oh my god.
A dozen times he's been here. A dozen times.
But this
But the
one
one
time.
with too much salt.
Oh my god.
They cook their pasta in salt water. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, so do I.
So we were talking about this before the podcast.
I don't use
Pasta-
sea water, though.
Pasta belly.
My wife is very like intense about her Italian food and
Everything?
pasta cooking,
She-
but
she
really her
cooks-
cooking in general,
Yes.
right?
She stirs with one hand, and the other one she's doing the Italian
She has
fingers.
very strong
Hey.
opinions about how things should be done, and the salt in the water is like that's key. You have to,
Yeah.
because it literally it pre-seasons the
It's why
the pasta.
It's one of the reasons Olive Garden went downhill. Did you know this?
Why?
All right, so Olive Garden was bought by a new group. They own Red Lobster, Outback. So
Oh, yeah.
that wasn't the case before. Now they own them all. To save money, and so that they had a higher resale value on their used pots, they stopped salting the water for their pasta, so the pots would stay like better, and then they could resell them cheaper, or for more money.
That's so
It's
stupid.
insane.
That's a really dumb idea.
Your resale on the pots really is just something you put in your pocket at the end of the fiscal year to be like, oh, okay, we'll buy more salt with that money.
That's absurd. Like it literally like have you ever eaten pasta that was salted after the fact and you're like it tastes different because
Yeah.
the salt is like granular
On it.
and in
on it,
not in the food.
not part of the noodle.
Yeah. Nah, it's
But
unacceptable.
I just got to go back. 11 good meals, one slightly oversalted, 1 star. There's no
Forever.
scaling here.
no forgiveness.
I have high blood pressure.
No mercy. No mercy.
Except for this review.
Oh, what do you
They
got?
answer back. Went here for dinner with my wife and our best friends with high hopes for a great meal based off what we heard about the restaurant. We ordered several appetizers, and all were good, but unfortunately, that was the best part of the meal. My wife ordered the spaghetti, which came out with barely enough sauce to turn the pasta pink. Needless to say, it was bland and flavorless. My buddy and I ordered the rigatoni. This was also very underwhelming and lacked any real flavor. His wife ordered the grouper, and the dish was okay, but nothing to write home about. Overall, we feel we had been better off going to Olive Garden and paying half that
Fuck
much.
off.
They do have all-you-can-eat breadsticks.
Olive Garden is not a superior meal.
But your family there.
Sometimes you're not looking for a superior meal, Larry. Sometimes you're looking for volume of bread,
Now I
like
get
most
that.
of the reviewers we've noticed.
Also, does Gianna have the little table device you can play games? No, they don't.
they don't.
You know who
Touche.
does? I love Garden.
Wait, you can play games at Olive Garden?
Yeah, they have like one of those tabletop things now to keep your kid
It
from
replaces your waitress.
screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes!
Here's a review that's kind of the opposite tone. But go for it. Here we go. The pasta was nothing that my husband and I are not able to make at home with our pasta maker. And the price was extremely high. Unfortunately, the sweet waitress was overshadowed by one of the owners who seemed haughty and brusque. 1 star.
What is brusque?
Just like kind of blew him off.
Oh. I like-
Also, I love the idea of that. Like they're just like, oh, it's not so good. Like we could, like I guess we've talked about this before. Like I like going to restaurants where they're gonna make a meal that I'm not gonna go out of my way to make, and like I guess these people are like, oh no, we make pasta at home, so maybe it's just not for them. But it's also like you would actually make the same sauce choices and dishes as these people.
Mhm.
Okay.
I went to dine with my family and received one of the worst servers I've ever seen. I would never come back again. The server treated us with disrespect, and he was slamming the plates and would get upset if we ordered more food. This business will not be open long with this kind of service. I'm happy to take my business elsewhere. The food was all right and extremely overpriced. Save your money. It's not worth it at all. For the record, that was written 2 years ago. Still in business.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
When did Giannas open? It's relatively recent in the Greenville.
About 3.5
area,
years.
but it's like 3-4 years now.
COVID.
It's
Yeah.
about at least 3.5, I want to say. And it was really owned by Table 301's group, Carl Somazinski, who also owns Sobe.
Yeah.
But then he sold it to,
Okay.
now I believe,
The mob.
yeah. I mean, you have to when his name is Giannis.
Sold it to Polly.
I have to
And
look it
eventually
up.
they'll just burn it down.
We actually did their soft open. Like we were there I think it was like 2 or 3 nights the first week they
What
were
is
open.
what is a soft open versus like a grand opening? I've never quite understood.
Kind of similar, honestly, except that the grand opening is like we are fully open, and a soft open's like we're doing limited menu, limited people. It's really more like it makes it feel more exclusive. Honestly, I think one is like something like a big chain would do, and one is like something that more. It's kind of pretentious. Basically, a soft open's kind of pretentious. Is where I'm going with this.
That's okay. I like pretentiousness. What?
Waited over an hour for a pasta dish that was so bad that our 13-year-old could have made it better. This was our
doubt
date
it.
night,
Talented.
and we wasted 3 hours of our precious time and left hungry. I do have to say that the wine we picked was great. Thank God for alcohol.
Do
So
you know
an
what?
alcoholic writes a review.
You know, I'll agree with that. Their cocktails are pretty dope every time I go. I usually don't leave 100% sober.
Did this person leave their number? I want to call. If their 13-year-old can't make a better dish than Gianna's spaghetti carbonara, then I'm going to kidnap their 13-year-old.
I would love to know if this 13-year-old is actually very good at cooking. Like, what if this kid?
Yeah, it turns out he's like got a scholarship to some cooking school.
Yeah, like this kid is going to be like the next big chef in Greenville, and we're all going to be fools. at
Who's
that
laughing now?
Like
Yeah,
my
just saying.
13-year-old who's studying under Gordon Ramsay could have made better.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
You got one
Good for
lined
you.
up, or you? I got one.
No, you
Okay,
go.
Here we go.
Let's go with this.
Worst experience in dining. What the heck is modern Italian cuisine? There is no such thing. Nothing resembles anything Italian on this menu, and they charge a fortune for fancy food that is terrible and skimpy portions that are more like an appetizer than a meal, industrial cold atmosphere, no tablecloths for such a high-end place trying to pose as an Italian restaurant. You have to ask for the skimpy plate of bread for the table with nothing else, just bread! Service is very nice, but that's about all. Don't go there hungry unless you are 10 years old. Maybe their childlike portions will satisfy you. No thanks, I will choose real Italian cuisine over this farce any day. Chef Michael Kramer needs to spend some time with Italians to learn how to cook. Call them out by name.
got him.
Jeez.
Oh, that's funny.
And that is from 2 years ago.
All right, I got one. This place is pretentious, serving overpriced Italian food. You are located in friggin' Northwest South Carolina.
All right, calm down.
Get a grip and at least attempt to come back down to reality.
Oh.
So wait, hold on. Italian people can't live in South Carolina? I mean, they don't, but they could.
In Northwest South Carolina.
Specifically Northwest
So
South Carolina.
what if we were in Southeast North Carolina?
Oh, well then, completely different.
What if we're in what if we're in Darlington?
Oh, that's
Is
like the
that
huge
fine?
Italian mecca of South Carolina.
Darlington
Did
is.
you not know?
Yeah.
Yeah, places where a Sambino's exists, right? The middle of the state.
The
Fazoli's.
Sambino.
Fazoli's. There is a Fazoli's in Columbia.
Still?
Yeah.
There was. I don't
I
know
think
if it
they
still
all
is.
closed,
Oh,
dude.
did they really?
Oh, Fazoli's
I
was.
think there's one in like Florence, maybe.
I'm also realizing Sambino's may not have ever gone very wide outside of Sumter, but
Yeah, I
there
don't
was
know
like
what
multiple.
Sambino's
But there
is.
was multiple ones.
There's still some in Tennessee, I think, like Johnson City.
Fazoli's.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Fazoli's was my lifesaver in college. Nick Graham, if you're listening to this, bro, I miss all you can eat pizza and pasta night on Thursdays.
God, I hope he texts you to tell you he is listening.
Oh, Nick. I'm going to text him tomorrow.
You
Okay,
got
dude, you remember Fazoli's? And then we're going to be texting for hours.
Yeah,
you got a thick review over there.
I do. Let's
How
try
many
it.
C's?
How many what?
C's and thick.
Maybe just 2.
Okay.
All right. Worst service. Joshua S. was so rude. He seemed very irritated with us. My son's drink was empty the whole time. I kept having to ask him for things which seemed to make him unhappy. I tipped very well, and well over 20%. I asked him for one last thing, and he gave me an evil look, like he wanted to hurt me. It made us feel very uncomfortable and awkward. I will never go here again. My tuna was well done when it was supposed to be medium rare. He did solve the issue, but was very rude. There were also other issues with the food. I'm sure if we had better service, things would have been fine. But this server should be fired. Oysters were great. That's the only positive thing I can say. The end.
I want to pray with you guys after that music. No?
In nomine Patri Filii Spiritus Sancti.
You sound like you do.
It's fucking Latin, buddy.
Four.
I got a really, really, really long one. You ready?
How's really, really long? Oh, wait, it's not going to be really long. Is
1
it?
star.
Mm-hmm.
Coronavirus. Shut down. So they get 1 star for that. Literally, the governor's like, hey, you can't serve food. And this guy's like, serve me anyways.
Speaking of government,
You mean government?
exorbitant pricing,
Mm-hmm.
average quality and service. They charge more tax than the U.S. government because they're allowed to do that, right?
No, they charge the same amount of tax as the state government. The federal government is not collecting taxes from your pasta. But anyways, what an idiot.
That's most of the 1 stars there, boys.
Hey,
Got one?
I've got a couple left.
Okay.
And this one is definitely...
All right, closing one here. Here we go.
This is a good one. And Andrew, it directly contradicts you from earlier.
Oh, no.
The view from the balcony is definitely noteworthy. Unfortunately, the pleasant atmosphere was quickly overshadowed by the lack of hospitality demonstrated by the owner reception, rudely explaining how all tables was reserved. We were eventually served on the balcony. The server addressed us as boys when the bill came. 1 star.
The server honestly should probably be killed. Like, I mean, saying boys.
Oh my God.
I've never said that to
Calling them
a group
boys?
of men.
Oh my God.
Well,
Hold on, I got one more. Do we
do
have
it.
time?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hang on.
Suck. That was my favorite.
1,020 reviews on Google. Those were most of the 1-star reviews there. Average score is 4.5 out of 5. That says something there for Gianna. Again, I enjoy Gianna. It's good quality food. Now, you definitely got to get that mindset of you got to spend some pretty money there. You got one more?
You can definitely no. What I'm realizing is I actually left a 5-star review a review on this place.
We
Go
don't want to hear it.
No, but it basically was like we really enjoyed it. Like it was really.
You did?
Yes,
That's so nice.
yeah, I really enjoyed it, and nobody called me boy.
Do you want to read it yourself?
Boy.
No, we do not have to read my review. It's fine.
Aw.
You can read it if you want. I was just
I
kidding.
don't want to.
All
I'm
right.
not. It's not. There's nothing dramatic to be about. Okay, you calm down on that board.
Banter's having fun.
Yeah, I noticed. No, but it was good enough that I actually left a 2020 update during COVID because at the time they were actually doing a pretty good job of like trying not to have people on top of each other, but it was also early in COVID.
Well, we learned something here. Again, we all like
Larry has
Italian
COVID.
food. Yeah, we all do.
We all did,
Right? Yeah.
I didn't get COVID.
isn't it,
'Cause
guys?
I dip.
Isn't the real meaning of COVID the friends we made along the way?
The real lab release virus was the friends we made along the way.
God.
But speaking of friends, be our friend. Like, subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you listen to Voices on Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, all the things are coming through there. And give us a review if you want as well. Give us some tips on what places you'd like for us to read at yesvandrew@gmail.com as well. We got more episodes coming out. This is probably somewhere around the mid-80s or so. Somewhere in the summertime, episode 100 is coming to you. And I probably won't edit that either, Larry.
Oh, good.
Let's do McDonald's.
Fuck yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Doing this?
Yeah.
If we do the McDonald's for the 100th episode, can we all each order like our own like creation? Like I have blood work in 2 weeks I have to do. My cheat meal after my appointment, I'm gonna get a McDouble, and the bottom layer is gonna be chicken nuggets
Ooh.
Awesome.
in one sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah. Think about that.
Oh,
you took it back. You took it back.
Have you ever had a McGangbang? It's a Big Mac.
No.
But then
Well, chicken fillet.
instead of the middle piece of bread, you put
Yep.
an entire chicken sandwich in there.
Yep.
So you've got bread, burger, bread, chicken, bread, burger, bread.
Wait, is that not? I thought it had the fish fillet in it too.
Yeah.
Or is that land, sea,
Yeah,
and
I
air?
feel like a gangbang.
You know what's fucked up about
needs
the
to have
fish fillet is that it has to fry in that oil for 6 minutes.
Why do you know that?
I worked at a fast food joint in high school, and we had a fillet of fish type deal. We had a fish sandwich. It was the exact same fish. Maybe it's not the exact same fish sandwich, probably, but it was the same like supplier that supplies McDonald's fish sandwich. And yeah, you had to fry it. Like, so when they would take the order, if someone was like at the counter, they would yell back to the kitchen fish before we ever got the ticket on our little screen, because the extra like minute or 30 seconds between getting it like mattered to get a fish sandwich out. 6 minutes in 500 degree boiling oil.
Did you also put the piece of Kraft cheese and a little bit of tartar sauce on top?
There was I can't remember what was on it. It wasn't good at all.
Nah.
But if you're ever in Erie, go to Sarah's ice cream shop. Oh, it's so good.
That does not sound like a place to get a fish sandwich.
Yeah, I don't know. It's on the beach. Who the hell
okay.
in July is coming off the beach and is like, I want a fried fish sandwich with mayonnaise?
My dad.
It's 90 degrees.
My dad.
Your dad.
I now know what we're going to do for the 101 episode.
Sarah's ice cream shop in Erie. It'd be good. It doesn't make any sense, but
It's
I guess all of our listeners are Albanian anyways.
Yeah.
1 star. I drove 20 whole hours.